welcome aboard. Let's do a little sound check. Jessica, aloha.
Aloha.
Linda, aloha.
Aloha.
Elise.
Uh,
You might want to keep that a little bit closer. It'll cut out on you. Tom, aloha. Aloha. All right, you guys, welcome aboard. My name's Josh. Be flying you around this beautiful island.
On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Mama's in the kitchen cooking dinner real nice. Beef stew on our stove, low my salmon with the ice. We don't drink and we sing all day. Kanikapila in the old Hawaiian way. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to
Hui Tower, wings 11 ready, runway 3, cars point.
from the
Wings 7, Hui Tower, right turn approved, runway 3, clear for takeoff.
Runway 3, clear for takeoff, right turn, wings 11. All right, we got our takeoff cleared. You guys ready?
Tower, HO Hotel, pad 10
Here we
for
go.
harbor departure.
After HU Hotel, Hui Tower, mid-pad, make a left 270 departure, clear for takeoff, pass beyond the air van, departing runway 3.
Mid-pad, left 270, pass behind the air pad, HO Hotel. Hui Tower, Island 4, gate 2 with hotel for the harbor departure.
Island 4, Hui Tower, just stand by.
Stand by.
At HU Hotel, you can disregard the left turn, you can just fly straight out until advised.
Straight out, HO Hotel.
And HU Hotel, just resume the normal harbor departure now.
Alrighty, resuming harbor departure, HO Hotel.
Thanks for the turnout, Josh.
You bet.
Island 4, south pad, clear for takeoff and harbor departure.
Okay, cleared for takeoff, south pad, harbor departure, Island 4.
Now, Wheelie Wheelie Harbor coming into view. And the pride of America. That cruise ship will be getting ready to pull out of port there by the time we get back.
Oh.
One of our favorite restaurants is right down there by the beach, Kalapaki. The name of the restaurant is Duke's. Good one. And it's a pretty fun beach, too. If you're going to learn to stand up paddleboard, that's a good spot. Rent the board, go right to the beach there. And if you get really good, you can go to the waves on the left-hand side there where the people are waiting for the waves to come in. Learn to catch waves. Out the back of the harbor, a river coming in. That's where Indiana Jones escaped on his float plane. Speaking of float planes, Tom, they took off right off that waterway there. Tower, wings 11, cars point.
Wings 7, talk to you later.
See ya.
Blue 52 over microwave.
This side of Kauai is only seen by air tours and boats. It's all private land over here. It's owned by the Rice family. And there is a rice street that runs right through the middle of Lihue. You might have traveled down that.
Blue 49, hot saddle sound.
How'd you like to own this piece of land?
Yeah.
Beautiful beaches up ahead. The Rice family doesn't own the beach, though. There's no such thing as a private beach in Hawaii. They're all public land. So if you see one today that you like, it's all yours. But it's just hard to get there sometimes, like right here. Boat access only. Last week we were flying by the beaches. We saw the film crews for Jurassic World out on the beach here. That's the new version of Jurassic Park coming out. They're going to do it nice. Yeah, they're still on the island. You guys might bump into them while they're here. So 6 days, 7 nights, Harrison Ford and Hetch, they were on the beaches out here. And one you might have seen, Descendants, with George Clooney.
Yep.
Do you remember the scene he's looking down on his land?
Yep.
That's this land right here.
Oh, wow.
They were coming over on a Jeep, right over the top of the ridge there, a little low portion of the ridge. And that's also where the MASH helicopter flew through, and that low ridge.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Very good.
These beaches are a little easier to access. In fact, you guys, at least, you could turn right going out the Grand Hyatt there.
Okay.
Connects to a dirt road, leads you right out to these beaches.
Oh, wow.
You that small one right there?
Yeah, that one you gotta hike to a little bit. It's called Haula, but as you can see, you'll have the whole thing to yourself if you go there. Yeah, but the swimming there is not that great. See how the waves break right on the beach? You gotta be careful with that kind of place. Swimming's good right here though, at Mahalapu. You can see a little bay. Yeah. And right here where the beach ends, there's some bushes and a cave behind the bushes. Can you see the cave back there?
Oh, yeah, down in there.
Yeah. There was some filming for Pirates of the Caribbean back there.
Oh, wow.
And that's also open to the public. So if you walk the beach, you'll get to the cave and there'll be interpretive signs and things. I'll show you. Tell you some things about archaeology and stuff. That cave discovered some things inside that answered some questions about early Hawaii.
Oh.
Are you a golfer, Tom?
I am.
I can tell by the shirt. That golf course is falling into the ocean right there. See the cliff?
Yep.
Wow.
That's the Poipu course. It's connected to the Grand Hyatt. There's 9 golf courses on Kauai, and they're all awesome. There's one that's $1 a hole to play. Have you heard of that one?
I have not.
I'll show you that one later. This is Shipwrecks Beach in front of the beautiful Grand Hyatt, the largest resort on Kauai. They call it Shipwrecks because there was a shipwreck there before one of the hurricanes took it off and out to sea.
Right there, twice.
This is the last place lava came out of Kauai. Right below us here, see it's black burnt looking rock on the shoreline. And right on the right wingtip, do you see that green hill with the crater? That's a vent, a little lava vent where the lava came out of the ground and came into the ocean.
Wow.
Created that shelf of land. Here's Poipu Beach. If you're looking for a calm beach on the South Shore, this is it for you right here. The double bays. The waves don't quite make it all the way to the beach, so it makes for good swimming and snorkeling inside there. A lot of times real crowded. You see how a lot of the resorts have solar panels on the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, that resort right there, actually, they built their building in compliance with the law, but a lot of people say they broke the law. There's a rule on Kauai saying you can't build higher than the tallest coconut tree. That's to keep everything looking natural to prevent high rises from cropping up here and there. But those guys transplanted tall coconut trees so they can get one more floor in their building.
Oh, that's funny.
Behind us there, another resort with a lot of solar panels. Right in front there, that's the Beach House Restaurant. Nice place for you honeymooners. It's also a great snorkeling spot. And Allerton's Botanical Garden coming into view right ahead of us there. Right below us is the Spouting Horn. Watch it blow here. Here comes a wave right onto the black rocks there on the shoreline. See if you see a spout. There it goes. See it coming out?
Island Force Hyundai Pepe from the
What's
south.
this down here?
That's Allerton. So behind that beach, there's a garden that goes in around that lake. And if you visit, they'll show you the Jurassic Park tree. Remember the scene where they found the dinosaur eggs in the tree roots?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then the Bronchiosaurus sneezed on that girl.
Uh-huh.
That's the same tree. I'll show you all that. There's scenes from Pirates of the Caribbean film back there too. And this crop to our right is coffee. Largest coffee plantation in the United States.
Wow.
View or south, wings 11. This green water below us is an ancient Hawaiian fish pond. They used to develop these right on the shoreline where the high tide brings in the water and the fish and the low tide traps them. But it hasn't been in use for hundreds of years. It's part of Hawaii's history. The family that owns the land today, they farm oysters inside that water.
Yum.
Yeah, yum. This looks like something you want to eat coming out of that water.
Yeah.
Like slime. $3,500 acres of coffee.
So is the dirt red down here?
Yeah, this is old volcanic soil.
Okay.
It's got a lot of iron in it, and the iron rusts, iron oxide becomes that red color. To the left, Port Allen. Do you guys have any boat tours planned? No? A lot of them leave from Port Allen. That's also the power plant for the island. Big diesel generators pushing out power to the whole island.
Wow.
Makes for the highest power bill in the United States. We call it the Paradise Tax.
221 right turn, wide full.
But they've installed like 20 acres of solar panels there, and there's solar farms like that going in all over the island. Power the little local communities. They say by 2020 it should be the main source of power for everything. This is the main road that goes around about 2/3 of the island. There's only one major road in Hawaii, so in Kauai you're not going to get lost. And if you get directions from a local, they're in reference to this road, either Mauka or Makai, which are two Hawaiian words. Mauka towards the mountains, Makai towards the ocean. We're flying now in the direction Hawaiians call Mauka. For every mile you go Mauka, the rainfall amounts increase by 50 inches per mile.
Whoa.
Yeah, it gets really wet really fast. And so when you're at the center of Kauai, you're at the wettest spot on Earth. And if you just follow this river all the way up to where it meets the clouds, way back in the back of the canyon, that's pretty close to the middle of Kauai, Mount Waialeale. Only the top portion today is covered. Nice visibility. There's 16 rivers this size coming off of Kauai. You can see most of the development's already behind us. Nobody builds towards the interior, it's just too wet. Rainforest, jungle. This river is also the border of the Robinsons' property. They own from this river all the way out to Waimea Canyon on the left.
Oh my God.
51,000 acres.
Wow.
About a fifth of Kauai. And it's all restricted access land, private. Unless you have a lot of money and you're filming a movie. Then they'll gladly welcome you onto their lands. Steven Spielberg made a deal with the Robinsons for filming on part of their lands. You guys remember the scene where the helicopter descended down a beautiful waterfall?
Yep.
Coming into view on the right-hand side, Jurassic Falls.
Oh, wow.
Not a bit bad from the south. Waimea Canyon coming into view on the right, also known as the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. The only way to see this land below us is to fly over it, since this is the Robinsons' property. They built a little house for themselves up here in the hills. See if you can see it coming into view there below us.
Oh, it's so small.
Yeah, just a humble little place. Good thing they have a helicopter. They land right in the front yard there. Those are Cook pine trees in front of the house. Introduced by Captain James Cook himself. He was the first European explorer that discovered Hawaii. They actually discovered Hawaii by accident. Bumped into this island chain. First island they bumped into was Kauai. Right there on the left, you can see the mouth of the Waimea River at Waimea Town. That's where they first met with the Hawaiians. They've been here 1,500 years already. They're very surprised to see these Europeans show up with their ships. They thought they were gods at first, but discovered quickly that wasn't the case. In fact, they killed Captain James Cook within a year of his arrival. We're going to be flying over a series of canyons here for the next few minutes. They all converge down to the Waimea River. So the area is known as Waimea Canyon State Park. The first canyon, the Olokele, goes right up to Waialeale, and today you can actually see the back. Right below the cloud layer there. You see that little white streak coming down the cliff back there?
Oh, yeah.
That's a waterfall. Goes up into the clouds there another 2,000 feet or so. You can't always see to the back of the canyon like that. These canyons are formed over time by water runoff. Consistent flow coming down from Waialeale. Linda, do you see the tree really light green color at the bottom of the canyon?
Yes, yep.
That's the kukui tree. We gave you a kukui nut lei. At least you got one?
Yep.
Made from the nuts of those trees. Captain James Cook and his crew called it the candle nut. They saw the